What's up? What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another session of Coffee and Martial Arts. Salute, salute, salute. Cheers. Good. So, today I have a very, very special guest, a very close friend of mine, my Kenpo brother. He is an amazing martial artist. He's been in the arts for a very long time, probably longer than he has lived. Yeah. So he started as in martial arts as a baby, and he still has the baby attitude, but he's just an amazing guy. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, he's gonna kill me for this. That's why I have him on hold. But anyway, Maestro Cliff Seminerio, it's actually one of the driving forces of Kenpo worldwide. He himself and Maestro Juan Serrano, they did Casa de Kenpo back like 12 years ago, and they created a good movement for Kenpo, and actually people in different languages and all over the world have seen those videos on YouTube. And also he practices other art like jiu-jitsu, and he's very active in the martial arts. Even so, he keeps kind of like a low profile still. He's one of the guys that I actually train with and benefit from his expertise in the art. So no more saying, let's bring the man in. What's up?
What's up? What's going on?
How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. That was a great introduction. I need you to be with me at all times to give a great introduction.
It's showtime. Yes, I can do that, man. Oh yeah. Yes, and it will be my honor, by the way. I mean it. I meant every word.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Salud.
Yes, man. Cheers. So let me fill the cup again, because still good though. But
I need this is my fifth cup of the day. It's gonna be very
that sounds good. Look at that.
Or I'm gonna have a heart attack on camera. It's one or the other.
Cheers. Well, let's see. We already have comments here. You're a very popular hombre. Let's see comments. Okay. Maestro James Leonard says, what's that? So James is going to be here next Thursday. We're going to have him here on the show. Okay, so next Thursday, February 25th, James Lerner, all the way from Dublin, Ireland. Another member of the Kenpo House back in the day.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
the times we spent, three Kenpoists all teaching full time and living together in the same house was great. You'd have your cornflakes in the morning, and Francisco would walk by and just give me a back knuckle right in my kidney, and there was always there was always a fun time in that house. But we all learned a lot. We trained in the backyard a lot. We had guests over, people from out of the country coming to train with us and staying with us at the house. So that was a really special time, and I think really added to everybody's development in the art at the time.
Yeah, I think so too. So we have familiar faces here. Angela says, Cliffy Monster.
I loved her interview. I was really disappointed. She really skirted around the issue of the fact that she did break somebody's cup. I was there. She did break somebody's cup with a front ball kick. That did happen. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that hair. Jesus Christ. That was like Eminem phase. Oh my goodness. Man, I didn't have a bad hair day. I had a bad hair decade.
So she did do it, huh? Guilty as charged.
I think she did do it. I have many witnesses. I was there as well. She's going to deny it, but yeah, you can't. There's that front kick. No amount of plastic is going to hold up to that front kick from her. Angela is one of the premier Kenpoists today.
Yeah, she's amazing.
And just bottom line, great Kenpoist, amazing power and focus, and having to be a full-time mom, and and do this as well and have a career. And she's an absolute inspiration. And anybody that can talk to her or train with her should do it. She's amazing. And she's been, there's nothing I wouldn't do for her. She's been my best friend since I was goddamn 17 years old.
Definitely one of my favorite people. Yes. I agree. Yeah. Great friend. Mm-hmm. Julie Evans says, hello, everyone. Hello, Julie. Cliff, long time no see.
Long time. Mr. Daryl Miner up there, too. Oh, my goodness.
Billy Malik says, hello.
Hey, Billy.
Hello, Billy.
Hello, Billy.
Tim Ketter says, Cliffy, great to see you. So excited to hear about Two Roses opening up. We'll need to open up a nice bottle to celebrate together soon. That's a good excuse.
I love it. Yeah, let's go, Tim. I love it. Yeah, Tim, I taught Tim for many years, and a great student of mine, and another outstanding father and family man. And absolutely, Tim, I hope you still have that vertical library of Opus One, because let's crack open a couple of those and drink some good wine. Absolutely.
Nice. Damien says, that's not coffee, Cliff. No way.
Now, I mean, the tequila was last night. Oh my goodness. We weren't drinking in that picture at all.
No way, Jose. Well, he says that there's your stunt doubles in Hollywood after a long night, huh?
Yeah, no, exactly. And look, I want to, that picture was, gosh, that was probably at least 10 years ago. And I'd like to point out that I still have a lot of hair. Just I know there's a big controversy in Kenpo right now.
You're bad.
Some high-ranking Kenpoist out there are kind of questioning whether or not that's why I didn't put anything in it today. I just wanted to show, I didn't want any controversy. This is real. I still have it. I can barely get a comb through it. My barber charges me double. It's my 5th best feature. But I just wanted to clear up the controversy, because I've heard a lot of talk out there about whether or not I still have hair. And I just wanted
talking about Kenpoist with no hair. We're going to have an event on Saturday, March 6th with two of them, Damien and Maestro Scott Gonzalez. Good-looking Kenpo guys, but no hair. And also Richard Matthews from Old Jersey and myself. We're going to have a nice event, so everybody is invited. Please, if you're interested, send an email to Richard. You can see the email right there, ricky.matthews@gmail.com. Okay, and you get your places now, because it's we got limited space. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna have some fun there for sure.
This looks great. There's so many handsome Kenpoists there, and it's gonna be a lot of knowledge. Many
Guapo, of course.
El Guapo is here.
Come on. See, yes. Let's see. What else? Luke Cage says, good afternoon. Like to stream. Two Roses is reference a Gun and Roses Master Cliff?
No, so that's a good question. Thanks, Luke. Also, Luke Cage, one of my favorite superheroes. So Pasadena is the Rose City.
Right.
And it turns out Portland is also the Rose City.
Ah, interesting. Didn't know about that. I figured out the first Rose, but not the second one.
Yeah. So when I came up here, I'm like, oh, they call themselves the Rose City too. And they have this huge rose test garden up here. They're very serious about the roses here too. But I just kind of thought it was a nice coincidence. And
wow.
I had roots in Pasadena, and now I have roots in Portland, and those roses are growing together.
Nice. Yeah. Billy says, big fan of Cliff. Awesome.
Really, I'm a big fan of you.
Angela says, what the hell is he? when the hell is he going to age? He looks 12. Yeah, and he behaves probably 13, 14.
if you're lucky. Yeah, no. We
were talking about a good story. I remember the first time when I brought you here I invited you here to Hermosillo. That was I think it was 98, probably. 98. Yeah. I think it was 98. We just opened up my studio here.
Yeah.
And it was summer, very hot.
Very hot.
And I said, let's go get some beer, right? That's the proper thing to do. We were young, right? Yeah. So back then we were driving, and I stopped at at a drive-through and asked for a 6-pack of beer with ice. So they even gave us this little box, you know, and the plastic bag with the 6-pack and ice, and we put it in the car. And I remember the look in your face, like, what the hell is going on here?
It was encouraged. I think that was the best thing. I absolutely loved that trip. That was my first trip to Mexico and my first international seminar. So I was honored that you had me out, and we did many great things. And I remember specifically, I remember how hot it was. I want to say it was 52 degrees centigrade. Does that make sense? I just remember
120, 25 probably Fahrenheit, something like that.
And we were filming something. I think it was at the school. I think it was TV. It wasn't when we went on the TV show. I think it was when we did something for the school. But I remember it was really evening, and we're just sweating. We're sweating, and the drawstring of my pants starts to fall apart mid-technique. And we're filming. I think it was like live on the news or something like that. And I remember I'm doing this technique, and my pants start to slip down. So I started to get my stance lower and lower and lower. And at the end of it,
I forgot about that.
Whitest kneel I've been in, and I'm like doing like 5 swords like way up here on you. And thank God my pants didn't fall down on national TV. But I remember that specifically. It just
yeah, we did. And we also did
mapping.
I think we did 2-man set that time. That looked awesome. I remember that. I don't have a video of that. I'm sorry about that. I should, but no.
Yeah, well, we really messed up because you and I used to do 2-man set forwards and backwards. Remember that?
All right. Yes.
Yeah, we did form 3 and 2-man set, but we figured out how to do 2-man set in reverse together.
Yeah. Right.
I wish we still had something like that on tape. Or I think if I tried that today, I would probably have some sort of stroke.
Yeah, but well, it's next time we get together.
Yeah,
we'll have to figure that out again.
It'll be right there. Yeah.
Yes, I like it. Yeah. So I remember when we did the drive-through thing, you were asking me, so we can drink in the car. I said no. I said, why are we buying the beer? Just open the beer, keep it hidden, get a little sip, and then keep it hidden, and it's no problem. Okay, so
no laws in Rocio.
Yeah. It's not like that anymore, but
no.
Yeah, but since I teach the police now, we can still get away with that. But yeah, I don't drink anymore, so nah, just kidding. No, it's actually different now. No drive-through anymore. But yeah, it was like that back in those days.
That's something now we have that memory.
Chris Snell says, "Hey, Cliff from Canada, saying hello from Winnipeg." Nice.
Oh, Chris, how are you now? That's great, Chris Snell. There's another great Kenpoist that came down to visit us a bunch from Winnipeg with all those guys. They all trained together. Mike Bagwell, of course, and Jeff Kolaski, John Boone, and I remember Chris coming down because he grew up in Winnipeg, and it's like it was our winter in California, so it was 60 something, which for me is cold. It's still cold. And he's in shorts and a tank top, and he's sweating because it's so warm for him. But yeah, I love Chris. Miss you, Chris.
So I'm supposed to ask in every podcast a little bit of the background of the guest. So I didn't because we jump into the comments and stuff, and we've been friends for so long.
Right.
I guess I know your background, but still, could you share a little bit of when you started martial arts?
Yeah, I'll give you a little nutshell because it's kind of a lot. I was 5 years old. And I was
right.
Yeah, it was because doing it longer than I've been alive. I was getting bullied at a bus stop. I was going to kindergarten, I think, and the kid at the bus stop was bullying me, and I didn't know what to do, and I was kind of freaking out. And I went home, and just so happens on HBO, it had just come out. The Karate Kid was on with Ralph Macchio, and I watched that, and I'm like, that's a good idea. I want to do karate. So my parents signed me up for
Cobra Kai.
I want Cobra Kai, yeah. Signed me up for karate. The sensei didn't.
I guess you did start as a Karate Kid, and then you turned into Johnny, huh?
I did. But look at this. This is my first T-shirt when I was 5 years old.
You're kidding?
No, Black Tiger Karate. Wow. I still have it. I used to fit into this. Now I think maybe my leg will fit into it.
Where was this? Pasadena?
No, this was in Palmdale.
Oh.
This was in Palmdale. I lived in a little tiny town called Green Valley, and my parents would drive me a half an hour to Palmdale and to train. And then when they split up, I moved to Santa Clarita, and that's where I found. We were driving by. I wanted a new dojo, and driving by, and there's this place, Ed Parker's Kenpo Karate.
Right.
And in my mind, I'm like, Ed Parker. This guy, that name Ed Parker doesn't sound like a karate master, right? And I walked in, and it was John Conway Sr. and John Conway Jr. school.
Right.
I started there at 8, and John took me through junior black belts, and great times with them. So that was my first introduction to Kenpo. And I remember specifically the time when Kenpo started to make sense to me, and I knew that there was something more to it. I was 8 or 9, maybe 9 or 10, and I was doing bow of compulsion, right?
Right.
There's this movement up, okay, or down, up, out, in. And I'm like, that's the opposite of hooking wings. In, out, up, down. Wait a minute.
Nice.
So I'm like, oh, they're all connected. And I started to see I guess, the category completion early on. But I learned so much there. I started to teach when I was 9 or 10, and I was teaching adults when I was pretty young. So that was my first introduction to teaching, which I also think really helped. From there, I moved on I started to train in Danzan-ryu Jiu-Jitsu, which is a Hawaiian Jiu-Jitsu. Kevin Colton in Santa Clarita, and Gregory Peretz as well. Kevin was like a second father to me and taught me so much about small details of things, and then using leverage and about yielding and how off balancing works. So that was a big part. And then I found Larry, and that's a whole other show. We started. Yeah, there's Greg. Yeah, there's Greg Peretz right there.
I remember him. Nice guy.
Yep. Love Greg. He's had a dojo in the Valley for about 20 years. And then Sensei Kevin's been up in Santa Clarita forever. Look, there's William Glenn punching me in my nose. You believe he used to do that? Look at that. Oh,
That's a two-man set.
Oh, Wapple. Oh,
yeah,
Wapple.
man.
Goodness, that was the first time I came down, right?
Yep, that time. And you did the seminar.
That was great. Man, I still look good.
Yeah, man. Now look at that kick.
He really helped. I've forgotten his name, and I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, it's not an easy name. Praxedes.
Yeah. So yeah, he really helped me out with that. That was such a great shot, man. So good.
Yeah, everybody still remembers when you knock him out with that rear kick to the liver, and he fell like, you were doing snake and talon.
Oh shit!
And you did that rear chicken kick, and you got him, and he fell because he was one of the seniors there. One of my top students.
Yeah.
And he used to beat up all the guys there. So when you beat him, everybody was like, "Yay!"
I mean, he was so tough. You can throw him out into the street and watch him get hit by a car, and he'd just pop right back up. No amount of.
Once we were given a demo at a amusement park, and they had like a stage, and I did that same kick on him because he used to do that thing.
Yeah.
And he fell. We were on top of the stage, and he fell on the stairs and went down the stairs just like a little cradle thing. Went all the way down. It was like 10 steps or something. It was tall.
Yeah.
He went up, and I'm like, shit, I kill him. He just landed, got up. What the hell with this guy, man?
I remember even in that seminar, both of us really put a hurting on that guy, and he just kept coming back. He was great.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's the Kenpo house right there.
Yep.
He's school. Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah. See, I'm the tough hombre.
Tough hombre, and then it looks like me and who knows what me and James are saying back there.
Yeah, probably some bullshit like freaking Francisco. He's doing the dishes today or something like that.
That's great.
Look at that one.
There we go. Yeah. So Mr. Sergio.
Yeah.
And so many people in that picture. Sergio, I remember when he came in and stayed with us when he first came to visit.
Right.
And, such a great guy. And I remember doing staff set with him in the backyard. We used to train a lot. Yeah, and he was the second person to break my nose and knock me out. I think I was sparring him. It was I don't know if it was a test or Larry. It was maybe a Saturday class that Larry was teaching, and I'm sparring Sergio, and I'm doing pretty good. And I'm feeling my oats, like, oh, I got it. I got a couple points on him. And then he just went from 0 to 60, and I caught a left foot right upside my nose. And it knocked me out for a second. And I remember I hit the ground, and I kind of came up and set my nose and kind of came back to life. And I'm like, okay, I was definitely feeling my oats. I mean, I was a different guy back then, but a little full of myself. But yeah, he definitely put me in my place. But man, what a great Kenpoist and an amazing human being.
Yeah. Saludos, Sergio Contreras. Yes. So yeah, I remember sparring. I remember that day when Larry, we're at his office. Yeah, I'm with the man, and he says, it will be interesting to see you and Cliff spar. He said. I'm like, damn it, right? Of course, I went for it.
Yeah.
I don't know who would win. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is freaking. Of course, this is a challenge, right?
Oh, right, yeah.
On the freaking medicine. Hey Cliff, let's spar. So I remember we're fighting, and I pulled the bigger guy number on you. So I walk at you and push you, and you hit you were moving.
I remember this, just like pow, pow, pow.
Yeah, and you hit the wall. Mm-hmm. So of course I'm like, yeah, I won, and I lower my hands. Oh man, big mistake. So I remember you bounced back from the freaking wall, and you do a front kick or like an angle kick to the groin. Wham! It's a good thing I'm wearing a cup, right? So like, whap! Like mother. And Larry's at the office with a big smile, looking at us.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, I love when he would instigate things like that from time to time, and we would fall for it, hook, line, and sinker every time.
Yeah, but it was like the smile, like, yeah, that was cool.
That was fun. Yeah, you were.
I was thinking I had won. Yeah.
You always have been just the master of that shot. I would never want to take a Francisco heel palm.
Man, but bastard, you got me.
If you started back in the day, there was a 95% chance I was going to kick you in the balls. It was just going to happen.
Yep. I agree. Man, those were good times. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Julie Edwin says agreed. Okay, Luke K says, oh, so Curly, Julie asks, is that the old Billy?
Not sure.
We got Sam Lee saying hello from Chile and thank you for your work with Casa de Kenpo. He asks, what would you modify or add to the Kenpo curriculum?
Okay, so a few things. I would... I don't know if I want to use the word curriculum because that means something for me in Kenpo. But if I was to add some things, or
Kenpo program, he says in Spanish, but
yeah. So, or if I would, like, how I want to teach my students, I would introduce some grappling, and stand-up wrestling and some throwing. So just to really understand the grappling and contact manipulation.
Right. You didn't mention that part. You have trained jiu-jitsu for a while, right?
Yeah, I trained jiu-jitsu for over 10 years. I'm a purple belt. I'm a forever purple belt, but I trained and taught jiu-jitsu. I started with Vander Braga, great Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy who is a student of George Pereira, which is a student of Rickson Gracie.
Right.
Very old school. Vander got his brown belt, I think, on the fly because his teacher needed somebody to fight in a cage match and like came and picked him up on the beach and said, Vander, you're coming to fight. So Vander shows up in his like swim trunks and fights a bare knuckle tournament and beats like 4 dudes. So he's like that guy.
Wow.
Amazing teacher. And I trained a bit with Eddie Bravo in his 10th Planet system. And then also trained with last teacher was Jason Eisner, who is now black belt under, I believe, Mr. Cobrinha. So yeah, lots of jiu-jitsu and, I did one MMA fight back in the day, back in 99, did a bare knuckle cage match in San Pedro.
I remember. Yeah.
I didn't want to tell Larry and I didn't want to tell anybody. And at
you
the
told
time,
me, right?
I told you. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember.
Mm-hmm. And at that time, I didn't know much jiu-jitsu, but I was training a little bit with. Are you familiar with Gokar Servician?
Of course, yeah. We went there once. Remember?
We did, yeah. Oh yeah, we went there and we talked to Gene.
Yes.
We interviewed Gene.
We took Manuel Gomez. Remember that time?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
So, training with Gokar at the time, so I knew a little bit of judo and a little bit of groundwork, and I fought this fight. It was an amazing experience, and there were some people that became pretty high up UFC stars that were fighting on that card back in the day because it was still illegal in California, and it was all bare knuckle. And I fought a 10-minute draw, and it was a great experience. And I try to keep it a secret. And the next day, on the front page of the LA Times, is my picture, like fighting in the ring. And I'm sitting. I get a phone call early in the morning, and I wake up. My shins and my feet are just sore from kicking this guy in his legs. And it's my grandmother, and she is furious, absolutely furious. Ella is on my ass, and so that was a fun experience. But oh my goodness, don't getting caught by the LA Times. Fun times.
So you wouldn't change anything from the curriculum, but just add some grappling so you can handle a grappler, right?
I would handle some grappling, so yeah, you can not necessarily the handle of grab. Just you need to understand it. I always fighting a grappler and you don't have any grappling experience is like jumping into a pool and not knowing how to swim. Yeah.
Yes.
And if you fight a BJJ black belt, it's like jumping in the ocean and not knowing how to swim. You're gonna drown.
Yeah, and going against a white shark or something like that. Yeah.
And then also all the other skill sets that jiu-jitsu also employs, like you have to be really comfortable with being uncomfortable doing jiu-jitsu.
Right.
You're used to being smashed and then not freaking out and taking your time, and that teaches you a lot about yourself as well. So I would change that, and then I would change knife techniques and gun techniques.
Okay.
I don't believe in them in the way that we do Kenpo. I think that there are much better artists out there that can tell you how to defend against the knife and defend against the gun.
Right.
And I've never had a gun pointed at my head, and someone's only tried to stab me once. So I don't have a lot of experience. So I think it would be a detriment if I was teaching people these techniques. I would say that there are so many artists out there that specialize in this.
Right.
Let's do that. Looking at the techniques from the ideal phase as a case study of motion is one thing, but if someone's got a gun to my head and I try to do this, I'm probably going to get shot. But
we need to think of the context when they were created. I mean, they were created back in the 60s.
Yeah.
So, and it was probably against a revolver.
Sure, against a revolver, or just the basic ideas are there. But
just to understand one thing, if you know a little bit about firearms, a revolver trigger, it's much longer and much harder. So it takes you a little bit longer to pull the trigger back unless you already have it cocked, right? Yeah. It's a double action, so it will take you longer time to do this. Mm-hmm. So it actually gives you more time.
Okay.
To if it's a pistol or gun, it will go like a Glock. Boom! It will go fast.
Yeah.
So that makes a difference, and also the way we're handling guns now, tactics, defensive tactics and gun retention and all the other stuff that people have developed through the years because of what happens to police officers that tried to do some of those techniques, not just from Kenpo, but from other arts. Yeah. It didn't work.
Right?
Yeah. So I agree with you. Yeah.
Technology. And then the last thing I would probably is just the training, as far as training, more physical training and harder sparring.
Okay.
More contact,
Let me just translate that fast into español. Sam Lee dice que agregaría un poquito de grappling al programa y quitaría las técnicas o cambiaría las técnicas de cuchillo y de pistola porque no cree en ellas, siente que se tienen que cambiar, y también agregaría una pelea más fuerte. Good. That was to sum it up, okay?
Great question. Thank you so much.
Angela says, you guys are the best. Thank you so much. You both made me cry. You will pay. Oh, yes. You will pay. Oh, Angela, it's easy to make you cry.
It's not hard to make her cry.
No. We love you.
There's a video out there. I think I have it on my page. It was when we competed at the Heart of the Art tournament. Tatum did a self-defense tournament, and he had it at Twin Palms next door.
Right. I think I remember that one. Let's see.
Big competition. Yeah, and that first part of that video is, oh, there I am.
The first one, it's Angela. Yeah, we shared it on her.
Yeah,
look at that, man, you're flying.
Yeah, I went when it kicked off. I went a little too. I was a little too fast.
Right.
Here's what?
Yeah, I love that one. Nice.
I almost killed him, man. And you should have seen the things that we were experimenting with before we came to that routine. And there's Angela, and that's what I was going to say, because she wasn't a competitor, and this was like her first and only competition, I believe. And I helped her a little bit with this.
She did amazing, man.
Oh, the minute it cracked off, I've never seen that kind of energy, and I was literally frightened for everybody involved, especially right here.
Oh, bam! Whoa, nice. James paid for that one. Yeah.
You heard that shot from Pasadena all the way to San Diego. I swear to God. But yeah, when we put this together, there were some very interesting things we were trying to do. But I was really happy how it came together, and I won the tournament.
That's Juan and Eddie, right?
What's that? That's Juan and Eddie. What? Boom.
Nice. I love that slam. That was just beautiful, man.
It was, this is all kind of mental trickery with competition. It's like when you do things like this, you have to end big, because people are going to remember that, Then there's Robert. He did a good job too. That's great. Robert did amazing. He wasn't a bad competitor. Very good. But when you have guys like Eddie and Juan
helping you out, yeah, man, you
can't go wrong. Amazing things. Yeah, we tried this thing in that when we were developing it, where I wanted Eddie to jump over Juan when he was like kneeling, and I was going to catch him midair with thundering hammers. Nice. We tried that once, because it turns out when you're jumping forward in the air, you can't control your body, and I would just catch him, super hard and basically clothesline the poor kid. So we opted instead to pick him up and slam him down on his head. That was beautiful, though. That was beautiful. Yeah, it was. I really like that demo. I missed that one, actually. I was supposed to go, but that's when I left the association, basically. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. That was in 2000. Yeah, and we got a good technique line that day. That was a good day. Maestro John says, greetings from Ireland. Hello, John. Okay, Luke Cage is asking, the virtual seminar is in English, Master Frank? Yes, it's going to be in English. Sí, señor, va a ser en inglés. Okay. Shihan Jim Rizepka says, good morning. Always a great time to see you, Master Soto and Master Cliff. Saludos. Maestro Cliffy Monster. Sí, señor. Yes. Julie is asking, I'm sorry, what rank are you now, Cliff? I'm still wearing a 6th. It's the last one that I tested for, or was promoted by Mr. Tatum. Well, that was a long time ago, wasn't it? A long time ago, yeah. Yeah. I don't make no difference to me how many stripes are on the belt. That's true. It doesn't matter. Who cares, right? It's always here, but yeah, that's a 6th. And he's got to be here as well. Absolutely, right? Yeah. Right. So. Yeah. I mean, if you go and face somebody on the street, what are you going to say? Hey, I'm a 6th degree. Wait. You better watch out. Yeah. No. Maybe give him a business card with your rank on it, something, just to know who you're messing with. Here, can you Google Casa de Kenpo? You got to watch out. Exactly. Yeah, I like that. Yes, that's a good one, man. Love that one. Okay. Google, and then what they're going to see? They're going to see something like this, right? Yes. Yeah. So and we were kind of talking about the reach of Casa de Kenpo yesterday, and it's a shame. I always wanted to translate it into Spanish, because I know there's so many folks in Latin America that watch these techniques. Yeah, there's Mr. John Boone. Right. We're in that's the basement studio, his very first studio. And then he eventually had a very, very large studio in Los Angeles or in Pasadena.
Nice.
I think he's in Montana now. And I'm sure he's going to be successful wherever he goes. He's great.
Nice guy. Yeah.
Great guy. Great guy. So yeah, we did these techniques. We, everybody was putting the curriculum on DVDs and charging, a bunch of money for it and stuff like that. And I just kind of thought, because this YouTube thing was really new back then.
I remember. Yeah.
We can put videos on the internet. That's cool. Now people are making very good livings off of it. So, we decided to put the entire curriculum up for free because we want, it was basically a quick resource. If you learned a technique and you kind of forgot a move or two and you went home, it was never meant to teach you Kenpo. It was more a supplement to your training. But during the recession here in the States in 04, 05, or not a little later, I got so many emails telling me, oh, I had to move away from my town, or the town is gone. And this is the only way I can train is through Casa de Kenpo. And that means a lot. And now, I haven't done anything with it and all that time. Now I'm getting the same messages today because people can't train in the dojo. They have to train, at home. So it's, I'm glad that resource is out there for folks. And I'm really glad that we did it. Me and Juan had a very fun time doing that.
Beautiful. Yeah. Catherine Slater Sumter says, hello, Master Frank and Master Cliff. She's from your neighbor up north, CCDP, Squim, Washington, USA. Congratulations on the new school.
Wonderful. Yeah, I'll come out. Hopefully come up and visit as well, Catherine. I love it up there. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful where she is.
She has the school there as well. She's doing amazing.
She's so far north, I believe you can see Canada just over the water. It's true. It's beautiful up there. Yeah.
Look at that. Matt Parks says, what's up? It's been a minute.
Oh, Matt Parks. What's up, Matty? Oh, man, Matt trained so much every day. He was definitely, he wasn't my personal student, but he was always in my group classes, and we were, of course, close friends.
Who was teaching him? I don't remember.
Robert,
right. Yes. I remember Matt. Yeah. He was good back then. And
now he's a jiu-jitsu black belt as well.
Yeah.
Very fit, super into fitness and taking care of himself. And he looks great. And I think he's got 2 bionic hips now, so he's doing really good. Matt Parks was always there training hard. And he's a real testament to, hard work definitely pays off. And
nice.
Yeah.
Sensei Emmett says, awesome podcast. Thank you, sir.
Emmett.
Okay, let's see what Damien has to say. Spring 99, Green Street, you pulled rank on the blue card. One of the most pivotal lessons in Kenpo I ever had. Wow. Okay.
I was hoping this was going to come up. So he loves to tell this. I love this story, but he loves to tell this story. And I just, we don't get to hear this story from my point of view very often. So I walk in on the mat. It's pretty much like he says. And I knew the British guys were coming. I knew the British were coming. And got on the mat. And back then, we used to have so many visitors, and you had to kind of, I feel like, be a little guarded and a little careful back then because you didn't know what the people wanted. And then sometimes 99% of the people that visited were great, wonderful people. But there was a 1% that were sometimes not the best. So you got to kind of, and then of course you got to this is your space. You got to kind of have to, show that it's your space.
Right. Put your foot down.
Yes. I remember leaning into Damien on that first technique and I hit him pretty hard. I didn't want to super light him up, but I hit him pretty hard and just to kind of see how he would react. And he was super into it. It's the most British thing ever. You just get nailed and goes, oh, superb. And he was so excited, never seen it. So every technique after that, I kept hitting him harder and harder and harder. And every time I hit him, the harder I hit him, the more excited he got. And I remember at one time I spun around, I forget what technique it was, and I just laid a back knuckle across both of his kidneys. And he hits the ground and he gets up laughing and he's just so excited. And Damien and Miles and the other gentleman, which I forget his name now, stayed with us in the house and trained. And gosh, Damien's been one of my closest friends ever since. Damien brought me to England for a seminar twice. Had a great time. He puts together an amazing event, and I feel like Damien's by far the most premier Kenpoist in England for sure, and one of the top Kenpoists in the world, I believe. And his understanding, not only his understanding, is top notch. He's physically there as well, and he's never shy to get on the mat and still work out. That's the thing. Some people put stripes on their belt, and all of a sudden they don't want to work out anymore. Damien's out there still training, still teaching, still promoting, and always with the great ideas. He's got a great idea we're trying to put together for later in the year, hopefully September. We're trying to do a Green Street reunion back in Pasadena, and so we're hoping to get that together if it's safe to travel. And yeah, we're
I'm driving up there. Yes,
more details to come for that. But yeah, absolutely. If you want to see good Kenpo and you want to know how Kenpo is done, watch Damien Abbott.
Oh yeah, amazing. I agree. Yes, tremendously good martial artist. Okay, we got more comments here. Let's see. Here we go.
Hey,
Frank says, "Big hug, Frank. Great guest. A big and strong hug to Cliff."
Thanks, Frank. Frank and I got to really connect on my last trip to England, and
nice guy.
Oh, come on, Frank's the best.
Oh yeah,
and an amazing Kenpoist and like the tremendous artistry. Oh my goodness,
he's gonna kill me for this, but he's el matador of Kenpo.
He is el matador for sure.
Yes.
We're talking about telenovelas yesterday. That guy is a TV star. That guy is
yes. And I always say this: he gives a good name to the art.
Yes,
you know?
Yes, because he's honest. He's honest, and he is. He has this level of integrity, which is
and the performance of his level of performance.
Mm-hmm.
It's really nice to watch. So if somebody's watching that doesn't know Kenpo, he definitely brings attention to the art, and I think he's doing an amazing job.
Absolutely. Thank you, Frank.
Yeah. Okay, Julie says, "Where's Juan and Will?"
I talked to Will not too recent, about a month ago. Will's still training. Let's talk for a second about. Let's talk about William first.
Okay.
And that guy, William Glenn. If you want to see where your Kenpo is at all, have William punch you for 5 swords.
Oh yeah, and he's a freaking monster. Just look at his size there. That picture.
Huge, and I was behind him in the technique line for a long time, and I was hit. I
remember. Yeah.
He's hit me so hard. I'm pretty sure it's rearranged my DNA, for sure.
Well, he broke my nose.
Yeah,
you were there.
Yep, he knocked me out. He's savage, but just a incredibly hard worker, incredibly brilliant man in general, and. So
he definitely makes your level of Kenpo go up because you need to step up the plate when you work out with him. Definitely.
It really toughened me up. And then when I was dumbing up for him, it taught me a lot because I had to learn how to move my body in particular ways so I wouldn't get wrecked. If he's coming in for thundering hammers, I better move my body in a way. But that taught me a ton about Kenpo. And then when the roles reversed and now he was my dummy, that taught me even more because now here I am. I'm 5 foot nothing, and he's 6'12", and
monster. Yeah,
I how to manipulate his body, so that taught me a ton. But yeah, William Glenn, absolutely amazing. And Juan Serrano, I couldn't go on enough about Juan. Juan 100%. The day he showed up, changed my Kenpo, 100%. Yeah, there he is. Juan Serrano. Juan Serrano and a very fat Clifton. Oh, Lord, buddy, lay off the donuts and shave your chin beard, dude. Juan showed up because his style is so uniquely his. It changed my mind about Kenpo.
Right.
It absolutely did because I was truly trying to find my own space and just to watch the way that he's the king of the insert. Don't fuck around in that technique line. He'll get you with something. You'll think you're ready for something, and he'll insert something that'll just throw off your entire balance. So.
Right. Okay, let's see. We got more comments here.
Let's do it.
Okay, Mark Park says the San Pedro cage fight. That's right.
That's right. Did you go down with me for that, Maddie. I know Greg did. Yeah, that's right. Linda and her were at the fire. Yeah, I remember being in the whole place was packed, and I was just hearing all these sounds, but I could hear Angela specifically with, yelling profanities.
And probably laughing, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That big laugh of hers.
Yeah.
But I had the infamous margarita picture with us.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Okay, Sam Lee says, me perdí un poco. I got lost a little bit with what Cliff said. More or less, did he answer my question? Yes, he did. Sí, señor. Te contestó la pregunta. Lo puedes ver otra vez en la repetición. Ahí se va a quedar en la página. Gracias, Sam Lee. Axel Cárdenas. Greetings, Master Cliff from Chile. Because he chose the name Two Roses. Why did you choose the name Two Roses? Te perdiste la explicación. But yeah. Why did you choose the name Two Roses? You can say that again.
Yeah. The Two Roses. I'll say it again. Pasadena, California is the Rose City. They're very famous, the Rose Parade and the Rose Bowl. And then Portland, Oregon is also the Rose City. And I just kind of felt that since Kenpo has roots in Pasadena, and now we're taking some root here in Portland, that it was kind of an interesting name that just kind of popped into my head.
Dice que las dos rosas es porque Pasadena es la ciudad de las rosas, tienen el tazón de las rosas y demás, y Portland, donde está viviendo ahora, también es ciudad de las rosas, curiosamente, y las mezcló para también dar honor a Pasadena, que es el origen del Kenpo americano. Thank you, sir.
And I would love anybody from Latin America, Spanish speakers, please reach out to me with questions, and I'll do my best. And we have great technology for translation technology too, but I understand that my videos aren't that accessible because they are in English, but please feel free. Anybody can contact me anytime, of course, but please feel free to reach out.
Ok, Maestro Cliff dice para toda la gente que nos ve en Latinoamérica que por favor le puede mandar mensaje por Facebook, que la tecnología le ayuda a traducir y que está ahí para ayudar y asistir a quien lo necesite, que está consciente que el programa está en inglés, pero está disponible para todos. Gracias. Ok. You got that, right?
Yeah, no problem. I heard gracias.
Yeah, there you go. Frank Vigor says, always a pleasure to see Cliff, an extraordinary and talented Kenpoist. Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maestro Matador. Yeah, we did a demo, Frank and I, back in, it was 2005, I believe, in Venezuela. It's actually on YouTube. And we had an amazing time, man. I always like sharing the mat with such a talented Kenpoist.
We got to play around with a two-man set when I was in England, and that was really fun to do. He was silky smooth. Yeah.
Nice. Matt Parks says, yep, I was there.
Awesome. That's right. That was good times.
Greg says, King of the Eastern.
Lols, Cliff won. I did. Well, yeah. So yeah, Greg was my corner man. Greg was my corner man for that fight, and yeah, there was no judges, so they said it was a draw. But thank you, Greg, for saying that I won. Yeah, there he is. He was right there. He was right there with me.
Hello, Greg. Nice to see you, my friend. Long time. Been a long time. Long time no see. Yeah, I remember Greg and his freaking elbow and knees massages. Yep.
Oh yeah, no, he's amazing. Yeah, he
bastard. He was amazing. Yeah.
In combination with he's already massage training. Danzanryu Jiu-Jitsu has a whole restorative component to it called Seifuku Jitsu, and it's massage and holistic therapy, and he's also a master of that too. So, but yeah, he'll put the hurting on you, but you'll feel better afterward.
Danny Arnold says Kenpo and margaritas. I like it. Yes. What's not to like?
Welcome to the late 90s.
I remember after advanced class going out.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, after advanced class, going back to Angela's place, or like going out after the Saturday class, and just every.
Or remember McMurphy's? Was it McMurphy's?
Yes, yeah, where James worked. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Getting into bars when I was far too young.
Exactly. Yeah, you were not that age anymore at that time. Speaking of 5 swords, it's such a popular Kenpo technique. Do you think it's practical? Also, what techniques have you used in a real altercation, if any?
I love this question. I love
Yes.
it. Yeah. So, are you going to be able to do all of 5 swords on somebody in the street? Absolutely not.
What for?
Kenpo is all about it. It's giving you multiple tools. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have a bunch of tools here I could use, and I can use at any time. And the
Right.
times that I've had to use martial arts in the street, little pieces of techniques will come out. You know, I'll use. I did taming the mace on somebody. Kind of. It was like kind of half taming the mace, and I've here and there, and little things will pop up. I might use the chop from 5 swords and the elbow from another technique, and a knee kick from another technique all together. And that's the idea. And that's when if you take these, if you look at these big chain complicated sequences and look at them as a whole, that's going to be a detriment for you. You're going to miss out on the beauty of Kenpo. But if you start to break things down and understand how the movement is done, why it's done, and when it's appropriate to do so, then you can choose, right? You can choose what techniques are going to work or what tactics are going to work as well. So just because no one's going to stand still for you to hit them, that's never going to happen. But if you can use one move from this technique, maybe another move from this technique, maybe a takedown, maybe some boxing, it's all Kenpo to me.
Right, it is method of the fist or law of the fist, right?
Yeah, all Kenpo. Kenpo is just a pretty generic term, I think, for what I describe as, all martial arts. So it's just when you start to categorize and box yourself into this, and this, and then you're cutting yourself off from ideas that you might be able to implement, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and you need to transcend the techniques, right? I mean, the techniques, it's a good point of reference, but then you need to go beyond it.
Absolutely. You have to ingrain the techniques and understand, and then you can start to set yourself free from the curriculum. The curriculum is great. I feel like the curriculum is designed to produce, eventually to get rid of itself. So if you focus and you train and you start to understand the curriculum and really embody it, then it becomes your own style, and then it's ingrained, right?
Right. Agree.
That spontaneous stage we talk about,
Right.
So, yeah, I think just lots of hard work and repetition, which a lot of folks don't like to do. They don't like to put in the hard work, Why will you practice twist stances for an hour and a half? That kind of thing. For example, Jeff Kolotsky and I, in the mornings, we would teach in the mornings, and sometimes we'd have no students, and we'd just pick a day. On one day, we would do all techniques. On another day, we would do all forms or all fighting. And we did that for a very long time.
Nice. Yeah.
Put in the hard work, and put in the repetition. That's the magic formula if anybody wants one.
Yeah. I always remember William coming into the studio, right, and looking around and say, blue belts, right? And then he will get the card. Let's run the card.
Yep.
Oh, no. I got to go. No, come here. Yeah, okay.
Or if he'd come in, if there's nobody there that he was interested in working out with, he'd take off too. So
Jason Churches said, hey, Cliff.
Hey, Jason, what's up?
Frank Gregorius, yes, brother Frank. Take care, brother. Okay, Sam Lee says he's been asking very persistently a version of the interview in Spanish, please. Sí, señor, próximamente.
We talked about this. We're going to have the voice of Clifton Guillermo.
Right, sí, hablamos de esto. Vamos a tener, a Cliff quiere tener una voz de telenovela en español, entonces va a ser Clifton Guillermo. ¿Sí? Yes, that's right. Angela says, William Glenn, Jesus Christ, someone hits me on the street is going to trigger decades of will rage, and that will be that. Oh my God. He was terrifying, but I know my Kenpo will work thanks to him. Yes.
That's 100% accurate. Absolutely. He's the sweetest man in the world, but he is darn terrifying, for sure.
Frank Vigor says, I like El Matador. I'll use it. Yes, my friend. Kenpo Matador, definitely. And I mean that I say that in a very, very good way and respectful and with admiration, my friend. Mm-hmm. Yes. Maurice James Howie says, greetings, sirs, from South Australia. Wow. I use the art to teach other sports to children. Basics are the same in all aspects of life. Important. Stay safe. Salute. Yes.
Very important. Very important. I feel like the things that I learned in Kenpo has helped me out with every aspect of my life. And, the things that I've learned as far as taking basics, breaking them down, perfecting them, taking small pieces and chaining them together into a larger piece.
Right.
So much crossover, whether it's other sports or like, gosh, I'll still do Kenpo when I bartend. If I reach into the refrigerator, I'll do a wide kneel. I'm not kidding. It's always in there.
Sure.
It teaches you. It's so much crossover. Absolutely.
Nice. Jose Antonio Fonseca, good morning. A question for the two teachers. Regardless of whether the emergency due to the pandemic ends at some point, are there aspects in the way of teaching Kenpo that will be influenced or even changed, but has been lived in the last year? What do you think?
I think we're as a whole, we're all going to be forever changed by this.
Yeah.
I say that there's, not going back to normal. We're going to move forward. But there's all these discussions happening. There's a lot of I don't know if it's going to be a way of how it's taught, but through venues like this, now we're getting a lot more connections in the community, which I think is very important.
There's another point for me. You mentioned something when we were talking off the air. Said that this pandemic has changed you in a way that you start questioning life and appreciating life, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So actually, for me, it made me appreciate more the curriculum, techniques, because I've actually, I'm a rebel in my ideas and stuff. So I dropped the teaching the techniques for a while, even though I have them on video because I think they're important. That's why I have the curriculum on video. But now I think to be able to have the standardized version and to be able to share it through this media, social media and in the internet and all that, I really, really appreciate that now. Now I see more value in it because of what's going on.
And it gives us all a kind of an equal starting point.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. We all have the same language, and then from there is the ideas. Whether it's my idea, you've always always had your ideas and your concepts, Frank, and you are a rebel. I feel like I'm kind of the same way a little bit, where I've had my ideas and my things. So like, fancy that. But we start in one place with a curriculum and then go out from there. It's a lot easier to communicate. Right.
I think so. I think the curriculum allows us to communicate better, like you just said, and I have more appreciation for that. But I don't think, you never know. I don't like taking away things. I like you said, adding, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Angela says, as well, you should. Okay. Danny Arnold says, speaking of 5 stars, this is a little fun piece of Kenpo trivia. Thanos, yes, he does.
He does?
5 stars on the Hulk in their fight scene just before the Hulk teleports back to the Earth. Yes, he does. I've seen that. Yeah.
Thanks, Danny. Oh man, I'm such a nerd. I love this stuff.
Yeah.
You know what?
Hall of Fame. Saludos from Argentina. Thank you, sir. International Hall of Fame is one of our sponsors, and we're going live through their fan page in Facebook. So we're reaching a lot of people in South America. Gracias, saludos.
Thank you.
Danny Arnold says, and Thanos inserts a body shot to Hulk ribs in mid-flow. Yeah, he does. Nice.
That from Juan Serrano.
Scott Higgins. Aloha, Sensei Cliff. Looking good, my friend. Question: with the concepts and principles of American Kenpo you learned early on from your instructors at Green Street, how has that influenced your own Kenpo development?
Scott. I know you're going to ask a good question. Scott Higgins took me under his wing when I first came to Larry's, and because the techniques that I had learned from the Conways were a little bit different, because I think they learned in England or in Ireland. It was just a decade's time difference.
Right.
So we also didn't use a lot of the terminology. So Scott taught me a lot of the terminology. He taught me how to move and how movement was done. Scott, actually, you influenced me a ton. Just really getting my basics back down to par, back up to par rather, and teaching me how important they were. And if you've ever been close to Scott when Scott's doing a technique on you, some guys are really good and he's great, with the missling moves and longer moves. You get inside with Mr. Higgins, getting crushed. You caught one of those elbows, you're done. Hammer fist, you're done. And like just I think the anchoring and the pressure that I remember that specifically really taught me a lot. So yeah, you are a particular influence, Mr. Scott. So thank you very much. But yeah, you taught me a lot. I think you set me up for success as far as developing my Kenpo. Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, I agree with you. Scott was an amazing instructor back in those days. He helped me out a lot, especially with sparring. You know, I remember him fighting, for example, Big Mike or William.
Yeah,
he would handle them, no problem. And every time I face Mike or William, I will run, because this big guy's just beating the crap out of me. So yeah, Scott really helped a lot.
He'd handle you with both of his arms down by his side too. You know what I mean? He just had his hands dangling, and then wham, and you're done. You just gotta, it's like Daryl Liner's the same way. Don't do it.
Right, exactly. Daryl was another guy who could handle them as well.
PSA: don't fight Daryl Liner. Don't do it.
No, I agree. Amazing fighter. Yes. Alicia Bieber says, hello, Cliff Seminerio and Frank Soto. I'll be watching playback later today. So fun.
Another amazing Kenpoist, an amazing person.
Yeah. Heavy hitter, yes. Pranic Hill in Greece says, a very educated rebel, sir. Thank you.
Rebels generally are. Rebels most likely are.
Yeah, because if you're going to rebel, you need to do it with intelligence, not just out of, tantrum or anything like that, right?
Yeah. We all saw recently what happens when you do that.
Exactly. Yes, let's not go there. Tim Carey says, Cliffy, as you open Two Roses, have you decided the curriculum that you will be teaching pure Kenpo or across of all of your past martial arts history?
Kind of answer that. Kenpo's Kenpo, but we're definitely going to teach the Kenpo curriculum, and then, everything that I've experienced in my life that I think is of value will be passed on in some way or another.
Nice. Luis Gonzalez says, hello from Buenos Aires. Well, my friend, we're out of time. We are out of time. This was fast. Damn it, man.
I know. Well, you'll just have to bring me back on.
Oh yeah, I will. And no, definitely yes. But we're gonna do the Spanish version. Yes.
Yes, so, I'm 100% ready for that. Yes.
So I'm gonna get ready for the telenovela translation. Right. I'm gonna have somebody. Yes. Clifton Guillermo Seminerio. Right, of course, yes, yeah, we're gonna do that. No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, yes, thank you, my friend. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your stories and for your friendship, most of all, and for being, a great martial artist and a great person, man. You've been a friend for 25 years at least.
I mean, far longer than I've been alive.
Yeah, see, the numbers doesn't add up, man. Yeah.
No.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say that. So thank you, everybody that was watching this. Just as a reminder, Saturday, March the 6th, we're going to have Kenpo Coffee Collaboration online seminar with such a fine gentleman.
Sponsored by the Hair Club for Men.
Yep, that too. Okay. Also next Thursday we're gonna have Jaime. Yes, Maestro James Lerner is gonna be here from Dublin. The Kenpo House still alive. Yeah. Yes. So thank you, everybody that commented. Maria Lopez said saludos, hello. Thank you, Maria. Cheers. And to all of you guys that are watching, thank you for being a part of this and for giving your comments. Cliff, let's do this again, definitely.
Absolutely.
And if we can, we're definitely going to be in Pasadena doing that reunion.
Yes, yeah, we'll hopefully have some dates very soon for that.
And I hope you open up your dojo, your studio soon, and you have the biggest success.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're the man.
You're the man. Love you, buddy.
Love you too. Thank you, everybody.
Yes.
Take care. Before we go, fast. Kim Dahl says, hey, from Denmark. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, Sue.